Hello guys, my name is Utkarsh Jain and I'm the Chief Instructor for CFA Level 1, 2 and 3 with FinTree. I have been training for CFA Level 1 examinations for last 6 years. We've trained at least 1000 odd candidates over the period of these years. And today we would be discussing about how to study for CFA Level 1 examinations. So I would be breaking down my presentation into three parts. In the first part, we will have discussion on how to approach an individual subject, which books to use, which books not to use. In the second part, we will discuss about what is the sequence in which these subjects are to be approached. And in the third part, then we will have a discussion about how to optimize your study time, what study tools to use and how do you use your last month. All right, so let's get started. In the first part, let's discuss how to study or approach a particular subject. So what I recommend is a three-step process. So we break down topic for every reading into 3 steps. Step number 1 is to watch the video lecture. Okay, so we have recorded about 120 hours of videos for CFA Level 1. These videos are broken down into the original core Level 1 videos, plus we have Q&A review video for each of the topic in which we've solved questions and recorded videos on them, and plus we have formula revision videos. So what we've tried to ensure that all the important concepts that you need to know for the exams from CFA curriculum are being covered. We've also tried to make associate these concepts with the real life events. For example, when we would be studying derivatives, we will cover everything that's there in the syllabus, but we will also try to see some of the websites and see the practical application of those concepts. When we study equity, I will be showing you my financial models on valuation. So we will try to integrate the practical application of these concepts into the studies, and that makes it much more interesting. So after the video lectures, all of you would be extremely comfortable with what is there in the syllabus. You will know the practical application, you will know how to solve the questions. Once we've done this, then in step number 2, I would recommend you to pick up the questions. Now, there are 3 main sources of questions that we recommend you to solve. The first one is curriculum, CFA curriculum, end of the chapter questions. These are the questions which are given at the end of the reading. So there are about 20-25 odd questions for every reading. I would strongly recommend to solve them right after you've seen the video so that you get an opportunity to apply what you've learned. Second source of questions is the examples which are provided in the curriculum, which are also referred to as blue boxes at times, right? So these are a level deeper than the curriculum end of the chapter questions, and they help you reinforce the concepts learned earlier. And the third important source is to do the questions which are available in the candidate resources section on the CFA Institute website. However, these set of questions could be done after you finish one entire topic. Now, once you've done these 2 questions, in step number 3, we would recommend you to read. Now, read, of course, is CFA curriculum. Now, what you'd realize here is that the reading part is actually coming after solving the questions. And there's a reason why we do that. At times on the exams, there might be a question on a single line that was put into the CFA curriculum, right? And the idea is if you start reading it now directly without doing the questions, you might tend to miss them. So therefore, do the questions and then read the curriculum, and I believe that's a comprehensive set of preparation that you could do for the examinations. Apart from this, we've developed over the period of time, we've developed a lot of study tools to help you optimize your study time. So what you could make use of is number 1, the Commuter Notes that we've developed, right? So these are audio notes in the form of the questions and answers, We've had group discussions with the students, and all of this stuff is available in the audio format, right? And when do you use them? So imagine you're commuting to your office and it takes you about 60 minutes a day. Just plug on these notes, put them on the audio system of your car, or on your mobile phones, and then they will help you study. Use that time which otherwise would not have been put to use. So make use of them. We have also developed mobile notes. So these notes these are basically flowcharts and images that we've developed in fluorescent colors. You can put them onto your mobile phone, and the idea is that instead of spending too much of time on Facebook or WhatsApp, maybe open up these notes and start looking at these flowcharts. So you would kind of end up developing a pictorial memory. You would remember that the formula of CFA was put on a green color background, written with fluorescent yellow, or so on and so forth. So make use of these study notes, they're helpful. What we have also developed is this Excel file. We call this a study planner. So let me show you the file to you. So this file is available for download inside the learning management system to all the classroom as well as online subscribers. And what we've done is we've listed all the readings in this in a subject-wise fashion. Right. So what the idea is, we've seen candidates spend too much of time on topics which are easier, and they spend too less time on the topics that they find difficult. So what this study planner does is it forces you to be organized with your studies. For example, now let us say that today you watched the video on demand and supply analysis introduction, right? So right after finishing the video, you come here and then you ask yourself that what is the level of difficulty for this reading for you? Is it very easy, moderate, good, or very good? Of course, the ones which are difficult. For example, let's say you think that it's a very easy reading. Then the Excel file will tell you that in that case, revise this reading for 3 times. However, if you find that reading to be more challenging and you decide to classify this as very good, then the file will recommend you that you revise this at least for 7 number of times, which means you revise difficult topics more number of times and easy topic less number of times. So let's say we classify this as very good reading, which means more difficult. Then what you do here, this is your first column. This is where you insert the current date, right? So you could use a shortcut which is control semicolon, and it will insert the current date. Now what we recommend is to use a revision cycle of 0. 0 is the day when you study this topic for the first time. 1, immediately the next day. The 7th day from the first day. 14 and 21. Right? So if you've studied this topic today, then you first recommend, ideally you can schedule as the date on which you studied this first plus 1, which means if you do the topic on 15th of June, then the first revision would come on 16th of June. Then the subsequent revision will come 7 days from this particular date. So then the subsequent revision will come 7 days from this particular day. So that would come out to be 23rd June. And then in this fashion, you keep on adding the dates. The way we've conditionally formatted this Excel file is that every day in the morning when you open the sheet, all the topics that you're supposed to revise today would be highlighted in this format, black and white combination. And that way you know what topics are to be revised first, so that you do not forget what you have done previously. Okay, so I think this is an excellent study planner. It will give you, at any point of time, it will tell you where you stand, how much areas you've already finished. So please make sure you take help of this study planner. So this was about the first section ends here, where we discussed how to study a particular topic. Now in the second section, we will discuss about what is the sequence in which you should be approaching subjects. Alright, so I have seen many candidates typically start their preparation with either ethics or quantitative methods. That's because it's being presented first in the curriculum. Most of the people who start with ethics their feedback is that they find the stuff too boring, and people who start with quant, they find stuff a little challenging, especially when you hit the probability related topics. So the way I think the syllabus should be approached is, step number one, you should start with the level 0 module. Right? So level 0 is a module that we have developed for all the online and classroom candidates. This module is extremely helpful if you're coming from a non-commerce background, or if you're studying after a gap, or you want to make sure that all your basics are in place before you start with CFA level 1. So we cover how to use calculator, basics of accounting, basics of derivative, basics of equity markets, basics of bond valuation. So this would be a really good starting point for most of the candidates. After this, the second block of preparation that I recommend is corporate finance, financial reporting and analysis, and equity investments. So corporate finance is 7% of the syllabus, FRA is 20% of the syllabus, and equity is 10% of the syllabus. So roughly this is about 37% of the weight of the syllabus, and assuming you have a time span of about 6 months for preparation, I would recommend allocating about 2 months for this particular cycle. Okay, so primarily because FRA to a lot of candidates could be intimidating at the beginning. So spend time, get acquainted with the type of syllabus you have, and I think after this you should be good with most of the next blocks. Next block that I recommend is derivatives, fixed income and alternatives. So we do all the assets except equity. Derivatives is 5% of the syllabus, fixed income is 10%, and alternative is 4%, which means this block has about 19% of the weightage. And then in the fourth block you do quant 12%, portfolio management 7%, and economics, which is 10%. So you can invest 1.5 month for this block and additional 1.5 month for this block, and that's how you should be able to finish your entire preparation in 5 months period, so that the last 1 month could be used for revision and question solving. If you're preparing, let's say, only for 4 months, then adjust your time accordingly. So just do proportionate calculations and maybe assign 1 month each to these of the subjects, but prepare in such a way that last 30 days are left purely for revision purpose. Ethics, which is the big daddy of all other subjects, is to be taken right from the beginning of your preparation cycle. Okay, so right from week 1 start doing 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day for ethics. The idea with ethics is it's something which is relatively easier to read but substantially difficult to solve. So what we have done is that ethics videos we've broken down into 3 parts. First part discusses concepts. In the second and third part of each standard, we have a tremendous amount of discussion on different applications of these ethical standards. Right? So if you watch through the videos and if you practice a few questions, I believe you should be quite comfortable with all the ethics that we have for CFA level 1. And I think that's pretty much about it in terms of sequence of the subjects. Now in the last leg, how do you go about the final month of preparation? So first thing that you do in your final month is to make sure you take at least 5 to 6 full length mock exams. Alright, so I'm sure you would appreciate that CFA level 1 is a 6-hour examination, and many candidates, the feedback is that they're completely exhausted in the middle of afternoon paper around 4 o'clock or 3:30, and then a lot of them feel want to get out of the exam hall irrespective of what they do with the papers. So the only way to overcome this is to have that experience beforehand you write the final exams. So take some full-time leaves, assign dates for your mocks, sit 9 to 12, 2 to 5. This makes big difference. Second, we have developed formula revision videos. So total duration of these videos is about 5 hours. This also includes a video series on US GAAP versus IFRS. Now, I would strongly recommend to go through these videos at least 3 to 4 times in the final month of your preparation. These videos will discuss all of the formulas that we have at CFA level 1. They will break down these formulas logically, and then we will also solve one quick numerical on each of those formulas. So after doing them, you would feel quite confident. You would feel that you're in grip of the subject, and I believe this preparation framework should be sufficient to get you through. Uh, so on a final note, I think so. My personal experience of passing CFA level 1 examinations, I don't think these exams are difficult. The only thing that you need is discipline, right? So don't get intimidated, by the size of the syllabus or the fancy formulas and the tricks that you see in the textbook. Just do 1 week at a time, right? So decide your weekly targets and do not think of anything but how to hit the target. Try to optimize your time, utilize the time that you spend on traveling, cut down on your coffee breaks, maybe go and study if you're working, maybe. What I used to do is I used to carry a set of questions with me every day to my office, and then all the pantry time was spent on doing these questions. So try to optimize in the best possible way, and I'm sure you'll have your success coming your way. So we here at FinTree have a dedicated team of trainers who would be willing to support you throughout your journey. I would be doing all the videos of CFA level 1. On top of that, all the premium program subscribers on the website, they get direct access to all the faculty. So you can send us all your doubts through email, WhatsApp communication, whatever queries you have about preparation. I think we'll be more than happy to help you. So that's it. Wish you all the best, and I'll see you inside the course now.